Hi, my name is Sami from Kona Project Control Services. In this video, I will demonstrate three incorrect resource loading practices. Unfortunately, these practices are very popular and their outputs are used to develop progress report, S-curve, progress measurement system, analysis, dashboard, and many other planning system outputs. So let's see what are these incorrect practices are. The first and the most popular one is utilizing the concept called dummy resource. We don't know how did it come to the planning and where did it start. But let's see how does it work. In this practice, the planner creates a resource in a resource sheet and calls it dummy resource or anything else, and then assigns it to all the activities in the schedule. Wow. In less than a second, we have resource loaded schedule. We have all the budgeted man hours for all the activities. So we can develop all the planning system based on these budget man hours. But let's see what is the basis of these budget man hours. For the first activity, we have 48 days duration and 385. So 385 divided by 48, 8 hours per day. For the next activity, 96 divided by 12 days, 8 hours per day. So for the third activity, 24 in 8 hours, 192. So it means the budgeted man hours or budget labor units has been calculated based on the duration of the activity. Longer the duration, more the budgeted man hours. Can we consider this one as a correct practice or correct assumptions? Most likely not. Should we utilize this practice in any project? No, we should avoid this. In the second practice, the planner develops a list of the contractor, subcontractor, supervisor, engineers, and many other names, and then assigns them to activities one by one. So before I do the second one, let me remove all of these dummy resources from the activities. The dummy resource has been removed. Now let's start the second practice. In the second practice, the planner has the list of the resources in the resource sheet. So for an example, these are the resources, landscaping subcontractor, civil subcontractor. Then assign these resources to the activities. For an example, for the first activity, civil subcontractor, civil supervisor, utility supervisor, as well as the utility subcontractor will be working. On the second activity, civil supervisor and subcontractor will be busy working, and the second one and the third one will be the same. And for the next activity, again the same two resources, and we can continue like this for all the activities one by one. So let's see what is the basis of these budgeted man hours. When we look at the budget units for each resources, we realize that again the base is the duration of the activity times working hours per day. 48 days in 8 hours, 384 hours. For the next activity, 96. Again, the duration times working hours per day. So it means again, longer the duration, more the man hours. Also, if we look at the budget units per time, we realize that the subcontractor will have only one person, and even a civil supervisor will be working on this for full time. Next activity, again the same subcontractor. The duration of the activity has been used to calculate the budget units, and there will be only one person from the civil subcontractor on this activity, and the civil supervisor will be busy for full time. Again, the basis of the calculation is budgeted units per time, so this is wrong practice. There is no calculation, there is no norm, there is no quantity to calculate the budget units. Longer the duration, more the man hours. More the man hours, higher the weight values. So again, this is wrong practice and should be avoided at any cost. The third practice is almost the same as this one. So let's see how does it work. The planner assigns all the indirect resources as well, like a project manager, project planner, security, safety, HR, commercial. The same people gets assigned for the all activities. So as you see here, budget man hours gets calculated based on the duration of the activities and gets higher and higher. In most of these practices, the planner realized that this 8 hours per day for indirect resources doesn't make sense and it has to be changed. So what he does, he changes the hours per day to the percentage. Then change this budget units per time to 1%, 2%, 4%. And what is the base for this? There is no base. Now we have resource load schedule again without any base. There's no calculation and anything else. And we should know that these are the activity that has to be done by their direct resources, and indirect resources are the support and they are not doing any job. Therefore, assigning them to the activities are absolutely wrong. So these are the three popular incorrect resource loading practices. And if you are doing any of these things, most likely your planning system, your reports are wrong. The resource loading is far more complicated than assigning few names or few resources to the activities. You should be able to have full control on duration, budgeted units, and unit per time. Without having full control on these variables, your resource loading most likely will be wrong. And budgeted unit has to be calculated based on the quantities, based on the level of effort and the amount of work that activity scope of work carries. So if you would like to learn the resource loading in depth with all the variables and have full control on those three variables, please contact us. Our email address will be in the description, and we'll see you guys very soon in our training. Thank you very much. Bye.